Hi students, how are you today?
Fine.
Good, I'm fine too. And welcome to mathematics class for today. And what are we doing in today's class?
Base 5.
Yes, as we can see here, we'll be looking at the base 5 number system. So what we will do, unlike the previous lessons where we looked at, for example, adding in base 8, then we looked at converting from base 10 to base 8 in a separate lesson and so on. And we did the same thing with base 2. Today in base 5, we will now put all of what we have learned about all the other bases to help us to do everything in terms of base 5. So we're going to convert from base 10 to base 5. Then we're going to convert from base 5 back to base 10. Then we're going to look at converting from base 5 probably to base 8 or to base 2. Then we're going to look at adding in base 5, subtracting in base 5. So we're going to look at everything because by now I know that you know how to convert, how to add, how to subtract, how to do all of that in a given base. And the base which we'll be focusing on today is base 5. So basically we'll be looking at a set of examples, all right, on how to do everything. And my task for you is when you get home is to try any other base. You sit and say, oh, let me make a problem on base 7. And you make a problem on base 7, or say, oh, let me convert a number to base 7 and see what it will get. Because the same thing that you do with base 2, the same thing you do with base 8, the same thing you will see we will do with base 5, and it means you will do the same thing with any other given base. All right? So let us start with converting. And the number we're going to convert is 100. We wish to convert 100, which is a base 10 number, to base 5. What do we do? How do we convert from base 10 to base 5?
So I draw the table.
And yes, we draw the table and we do repeated division. So we set this, we put the 100 here. The 100 is the base 10 number which we're converting. And we are converting it to base 5. So we divide repeatedly with 5. So we go. Let us see our 5 times table. And if you know to handle $20, good, you will know 5 into 100 is what? Huh? Good. 5 into 100 is 20. And remainder 0. 5 20 is 100. Then we go again. Remember, we divide until we get 0. 5 into 20. 5 4 is 20 and no remainder, but we still have something there, so we divide again. We say 5 into 4, 0, and we have remainder 4, and our answer is red going upwards. So we can say that 100 in base 10 is equal to 400 base 5. That's how we convert to base 5. And in fact, that's how we convert in any base. Whatever the base is that you want to convert a base 10 number to, you just divide repeatedly with that number. All right? Okay. So then, you take a problem here. Convert 46. The number 46 to base 5.
So 141.
141. We have an answer. 141.
Base 5.
Base 5. You have the same thing too. 141 base 5. Anyone else with something different? Okay, 141 to me sounds correct. Okay, let us go and see how we get 141. If 141 indeed is correct. So we go, we set up our table. Remember, you do this for any base, converting to any base. And you have the number which you wish to convert, the base 10 number, 46, sorry. You have the base 10 number which you wish to convert, and we're converting to base 5, so we divide repeatedly with 5. We say 5 into 46, 5 9s 45, and 1 remainder to give us 46. Then we go 5 into 9, 5 1s 5, and 4 gives us 9. Then we say 5 into 1, 0, and remainder 1.
1.
1, 4, 1.
So you are correct. 1, 4, 1. So we say that 46 or 46 in base 10 is equal to 1, 4, 1
Base 5.
base 5. See how simple it is to change from base 10 to a given base, and we can do this with any other base. Now let us go in the reverse. Good. So we're going to convert to base 10 now. Convert to base 10. And if we have a number, now let me start by seeing if you really understand base 5 though, because take note, I didn't mention anything about the numerals, because I know by now that as long as I give you a base, you're supposed to be able to identify what are the numerals that we can use for. No man, I want to see if you can answer this question. So tell me if this is a legitimate base 5 number. If I ask you to change this to base 10, is this a legitimate base 5 number?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why? What is wrong?
7.
Yes, the 7 should not be there, because in base 5, what are the numerals we could use?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. One more?
0.
0, correct. Good, we could only use from 0 to 4. So let's take a number like this. Here if we have 1, 3, 2, base 5. And we wish to change this number over to base 10. Can you remember how we change from any given base to base 10? Instead of dividing, we have to do some bit of multiplication. All right? So, we need to establish what is the place value for each of the digits here. So what is the place value? Remember, the place value for the first one is always ones. Then we go to
Tens.
We only go to tens when you're dealing with base 10. But this is a base 5. So you start with 1, then you go to 5s. Yes, because it's base 5 you're dealing with. Then you go to
Tens.
not tens. Come on. Remember, look at it. With base 10, you say ones, tens, 10 tens, 100 tens, 1,000. So you keep multiplying by 10 when you're dealing with base 10. When we did base 8, it was 1, 8. Then we went to 8, 8, 64, and 64, 8, 5, 12. So you keep multiplying by 8. The same thing we did with 2. So now we're dealing with 5. So this place value here, 1, 3, 2, base 5. The place value here is 1s. The place value here, you correctly said it is 5. So the place value here will be 25. Correct? Whatever base you're dealing with, you just keep multiplying by that number. Is that clear? So if it was base 2, you multiply by 2s as you go along. So you'll have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and you go along like that. So if we're going to convert this, well then we can say that 132 is equal to 125. You have 1 times 25 plus, you have 3 5s. See that? 3 of them in the 5's place. So you have 3 times 5 plus, you have 2 1s. 2 times 1. So what will this give us? 1 by 25 is 25 plus 3 5s plus 2 1s, 2. And this will give us a total of 42. So 132 base 5 is equivalent to 42 in base 10. And this is how we convert from any given base, not just for base 5, but for any given base. You first establish what is the place value by multiplying. You start with 1, then you multiply repeatedly by that place, by the base which you're dealing with. In this case, we're dealing with base 5, so you multiply repeatedly by 5. And that tells you the place value. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes,
So then you can answer a question yourself.
yes, sir.
All right. What about 143 base 5? Come on, let me see you working. Check you. 143 base 5. Converting it to base 10.
47.
47 in base 10. We have one suggestion. 47 in base 10. You get 47 too? Okay. So Vigilant and Shaquille get 47. Sure you don't want to check back?
Let's check back, bro.
Let us see then.
48.
Third person get 47, now somebody get 48.
Wait.
Okay.
48.
Yes,
So,
sir. 48.
Lakima and Kelisha
Sir,
get
48.
48. Well now,
Miss
Harris, you changing to 48 too.
Yes.
It's 48.
Virginia, you changed to 48 too. Shakir?
I couldn't get 3 yeah.
You say 48 too. So everybody changed from 47 to 48. Let us see what it is. We have 1, 4, 3, base 5. Let us identify the place values. What is the first place value here?
1.
Followed by?
5.
Followed by? 5
Five.
fives, 25. Yes, you just keep multiplying by whatever the base is. So this is saying that we have 1 times 25, 1 of this. Then you have 4 of that. So it's plus 4 times 5 plus 3 times 1. And this will give us 25 plus 20 plus 3, which will give us 48. And that's how we can convert from base 5 to base 10. Good. So you're comfortable with that? So you want a tougher one?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see.
No.
You said you want a tougher one.
Sorry, too big. You must have.
It is too big. All right, well, here what? I challenge you to do this for homework. Copy it?
No, sir.
You wouldn't do it now.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't do it now. Do it for homework. Yes, so when you go home tonight and you're having your dinner, you could have your page next to you and you're working out. Now, I have another challenge. Convert 213 to base 8. This is not to base 10 now, but we're converting it to base 8. How do you suggest we go about this?
Sir, the table.
The table to convert this to base 8. But we haven't learned of any direct way to convert from one base to another one except if one of them is base 10. So we know to convert from base 5 to base 10, and we know to convert from base 10 to base 8. So we're going to use base 10. We're going to convert from base 5 to base 8, but we're going to go through base 10. So first we will do is convert this number to base 10. Any of you finish? All right. You work on it. I will work on the board, and let us see if you will finish before me. So start. So we first convert it to base 10. Anybody finish?
58.
58, 30. All right, let's see.
Sir, 58.
No. No.
No.
Count with the 8. This 8. Yeah, 58.
All right, yes, we have our final job is to convert it to base 8. All right? But before we convert it to base 8, we have first to convert it to base 10. It's just as if you're going to build a house and you have to paint the house. You cannot paint it unless you build it. All right, you build it first and then you paint it. So we convert it to base 10 first. Now we take this base 10 number and convert it to base 8. So let us see. Now I'm going to work across here. So we have 58. which we're converting to base 8. So we divide repeatedly with 8. We say 8 into 58. 8 sevens, 56, and remainder 2. Then we say 8 into 7. 8 into 7, 0, remainder 7. So our problem is solved now, because we see that if we take 213 in base 5, it is 58 in base 10. And then 58 in base 10 is the same as 72 in base 8. So the problem is solved. We finished building the house and painting it.
Yes.
All right?
I could do it like that and do it.
Pardon me?
You could do it like base 10 and then base 10.
Yes, that's right. So any given base you have and you want to take it to another base besides base 10, you have to use base 10. So you pass through base 10 and then you go back to the base which you want to go to. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
So then you can do one yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right. Convert 133 to base 8. Yes, someone is finished with final answer.
No,
What is
sir.
it in base 8?
Sir, 5.
You're saying it is 53 in base 8. All right. Let me wait to hear if anyone else will conform with 53 in base 8. Virginia, you have this so far? So I guess everybody should be near to finish
Yes,
by
sir.
now, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you got 53?
Yes.
All right, because we see if you read upwards here now, as long as you get to 0, you stop. And when
53
you read
base
upwards
8,
there, you will have that 43 in base 10 is equal to 53 in base 8. So we can write our answer to say that 133 in base 5 is equal to,
53 base 8.
correct. Good? So that's how we can convert from base 5 to any given base. All right, we pass it through base 10 to begin with. Now, do you wish to learn how to add in base 5?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
It should be simple, eh? Yeah, I agree. It should be simple. But let us see. Do we have some mathematicians here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Because I know some of you told me that you love mathematics, right? Let me see those of you who love mathematics. Okay, good. All right. I hope that by the end of it, you can work together and also get Nakiba to love mathematics. Huh? Make her fall in love with mathematics. Good. So let us now look at addition. Addition of base 5 numbers. And let us begin with a problem. If we wish to add both of them base 5 numbers, are they all legal numbers in base 5?
Yep.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. So let us add and see. 1 and 3 will give us,
4.
3, 4. 3,
and we can put 4 there.
3, 4.
This will give us
4.
4. When we add here, we get base 5. Problem solved. Nice and easy.
Yes, sir.
Let us try another one. Huh? You're surprised, huh? Yeah, nice and easy stuff. Let's try another one. If we have both of these base 5 numbers, let us add as fast as we did just now, right? So we have 3 and 1,
4.
4, good. 4 and 3?
7.
And we can put 7 here.
No, sir.
No, sir.
4.
Is 7 a base 5 number?
No, sir.
So then we cannot put 7 there. So now we have to ask ourselves, out of 7, how many 5s can we get?
1.
We could get 1 5 out of 7, and how much remainder?
2.
2. Yes. So we write 7 in base 5 is written as 1 5 and 2 remainder. So we take the 2 and we put it here, and we keep the 1 for when we add the next column. So 2 and 1, 3, and that 1 there will give us a total of
4.
4, and we can't put 4 there because 4 is a number in base 5. So, everybody understand what we just did?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir,
You want a
tougher one.
tough one. All right, let's not make it that tough after all. Add these numbers in base 5. Oh, wow, that's fast. What's your answer?
4 to 4 base 5.
4. So I have to make this a bit more difficult.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if you're correct though. 0 and 4 is
4.
4. 3 and 4 is,
7.
but in base 5, 7 is 1 5 and 2 remainder. So we take the 2, we put it here. 2 and 1, 3, and this one will now give us 4 in base 5. Problem solved. All right. Now I have to find a problem to challenge you, man. I can't be allowing you to finish these problems so fast. Let us see.
Sir, can I see?
Okay, just stop. When I'm finished, it might take about 10 minutes to write the problem alone. Because it's going to be so long. Who's finished now?
No one.
I'm hearing some hard sighing now. What's happening?
Finish, sir.
Okay, what's your answer?
5 1
2.
2 base 5.
5 1 2.
Wrong.
Why you tell them why they're wrong?
No, sir. 5.
You can't use 5 in your answer. 5 is not a numeral.
Oh, God.
Come on.
I don't get
3 or 4.
Alright, let's do this together. 4 and 3 will give us
Sir, 1 0.
7, but we cannot write 7. Alright? 7 in base 5 though is 1 5 and 2 remainder. So we take the 2 and we put it there, and we keep the 1 for the next column. Add up here now. We have 7 and 1 will give us 8. But can we write 8 here?
3.
No. So 8 is the same as 1, 5, and 3 remainder. We take the 3 and we put it there.
Yep.
Add up here we get 6. 6 and this 1 will take us to
12.
7, which we know is 1, 5, and 2 remainder.
1.
Oops, but we have nothing else to add here. So we bring the 1 across.
1, 2, 3, 2.
So our answer is 1, 2, 3, 2 in base 5. Okay, good. So this is how we add. So you see, you don't just have to add 2 numbers. You could add 3 numbers. You could have 5 numbers, 7 numbers. You could add as many numbers as possible. And I know you know how to add them now, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So therefore means when I give you this problem, you can do it too, right? Good. So let us say you have Good. You will add this now. Anybody finish?
No, sir.
Well, then you will do it for homework then. Yes, copy it and you will do it for homework. So you have 2 problems there.
Homework.
So you have one, the previous one was for while you were having your dinner. Now you have a breakfast problem.
In the morning.
We will go on now to subtraction. And I hope you remember how to subtract numbers though. Do you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we all subtract numbers on a daily basis. You give the conductor $100 and the fare is 60. You already know how much he's supposed to give you back, right?
Sir, but some of them as well. You gotta put on your advice. Hey, give up more.
All right, but you know to subtract from 100 to get your correct fare. Good, so we're going to do some subtraction now. But we're going to do subtraction in base 5. Not in our base 10, which we do So let us start with an example here under subtraction. And let's say you have these numbers to subtract. And you're subtracting from this here.
So I get the answer for this.
Even before I write the problem?
No, not that.
Oh, the previous one. All right, we will discuss that after class. So let us subtract here and see what we get. So 1 from 3 will give us.
22.
22.
2 from 4 will give us. And 1 from 1 will give us.
22.
22.
So it's 2, 2, not 22. 2, 2, base 5. Good, correct. That was fast, man.
Flash.
I wonder if you'll be able to keep up the pace. All right, let's try another one.
So 111 base 5.
1, 1, 1, base 5.
No wrong.
1, 1, 1, base 5. All right, let us
No wrong.
check it and see. All right, you know for sure it is wrong.
Dead wrong.
Okay, well let us check it and see. 3 from 4 will give us. This will give us 1. So at least we know that it is. We have a 1. So we have 4 from 3. Can't go. So you take 1 from this. This will drop to 1. And when the 1 come across here, it becomes.
No, 8.
What base are we dealing with?
5.
Base 5.
So
So if you move 1 from here, you take it to the next column, it will become a total of
8.
5. So 5 plus this 3 here
8.
will give us a total of 8. So now we have a total of 5 plus 3, which is 8. Remember, every time you move 1 and you take it to the other column, it becomes the size of the base. That is why when you subtracting in base 10, if you have 437 in base 10 and you're subtracting from this 186, you will subtract here, you get 1. But when you come here to subtract, you take 1 from this and it dropped to 3. But when you take 1 across, you're actually taking across 10. But of course, you have a smart way of writing. You just write 1 there to make it 13. But technically speaking, it is this 3 together with 10, which will now give you a total of 13. So it's the same thing we're doing here. You're dealing with base 5, so when you take 1 across, it becomes 5. And 5 plus the 3, which you already had, is now 8. And 4 from 8 will give you 4. 1 from 1 gives you. So that's how we subtract
Sorry, no, this is dead wrong. 1,
base
1, 1.
5.
I make a mistake.
Okay, all right. Well, please don't let us make too much mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, but as long as we learn from our mistakes afterwards. So this is how we subtract numbers in base 5. Any questions?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
So, do we know to convert from base 10 to base 5?
Yes, sir.
Do we know to convert from base 5 back to base 10?
Yes, sir.
Convert from base 5 to base 8?
Yes, sir.
How to add numbers in base 5?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
How to subtract numbers in base 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Well then I can give you one last problem in today's lesson. So please put on all of the thinking caps and you will add these two numbers. Here is your challenge. You have 144 base 8. Take note, it is base 8. And you have 400
Sorry, 201.
base 5.
201 base 8.
201 base 8. Alright, let us wait and see what the others will say.
Sir, it's plus.
Yes, we've added.
Wow.
Hey, this bad.
Sorry,
Okay. Good. Any suggestion? How do we go about with such a problem? Anybody with a suggestion? Because observe there are two different bases and we cannot add them just like that.
First, then
Pardon me?
just do base 8 first, then do
What do
base-
we do with base 8?
Sorry, like you multiply, then you add it, get the base 8, then plus base 8 by the 200.
Then plus base 8 by the 400. So you're saying to take this base 8 to base 5.
Yes, sir.
And then whatever you get, you add it to. Yes, that's correct. So then we'll be adding two base 5 numbers. Alright? So let us do what Kalisha says that we should do. Change this 144 in base 8 to base 5. But first we need to take it through to base 10 and then to base 5. So we have 144 base 8. Let us indicate the place value now. What is the first place value here? 1. Then the next one will be? 8. Yes, because it's base 8 we're dealing with now. The next one will be 8 8s, 64. Correct? So 144 base 8 is saying that you have 1 times 64 plus 4 times 8 plus 1 times 4 times 1, which will give us 64 plus 32 plus 4. And when we add these up, it will give us
100.
100, correct, in base 10. What do we do with 100 in base 10 now? We convert it to base 5. Correct, we convert this to base 5. So let us work at the corner here. So we take 100 and we divide repeatedly with yes, because we're converting it to base 5. So we say 5 into 100, 20, remainder 0. 5 into 20,
4.
4, remainder 0. And 5 into 4, 0, remainder 4. So our answer is 100 in base 10 is the same as 400 in base 5. So now both numbers are in base 5, so we can add them in base 5. So we have 400 in base 5 plus 400, so we could rewrite this to be 400 base 5 plus 400 base 5.
800.
You can get $800 just for this 5.
Yes, we cannot use 8. Come on, we cannot use 8 because 8 is not a numeral. Alright? Four zero zero.
Plus 400.
So we have 400 base 5 plus 400 base 5. And let us add now. Nice numbers to add, a lot of zeros. So we have 0 and 0, 0 plus 0, 4 and 4, 8, but 8 is not a base 5 number. So we ask ourselves, how many times can 5 go into 8? 1 time, and how much remainder? 3 remainder. So we take the 3, we put it there. Oh, there's nothing else to add. So then we bring the 1, put it here, and that's our answer, 1300, and we complete our lesson for today. Alright? Anyone enjoy today's lesson?
Yes, sir.
Good, yes. I know that I have learned how to convert from base 10 to base 5. Tell me something which you have learned.
So I've also learned that
You could convert from base 5 to 10. I know how to add in base 5. Tell me something that you know.
Sorry, I
You know to subtract in base 5. I know to convert from base 5 to base 8. Tell me something that you know. You know to convert from base 8 to base 5. Alright, good. Well, so we all know something about mathematics. I enjoyed my class today, and I hope you enjoyed. Did you?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, then I see you again for our next class.